WRTV investigates and covers a scam using identities of innocent people, all to steal your money. The owner of a Speedway rental property contacted our Kara Kenny for help. She explains tonight how the scam works.
Chances are you've heard of the fake check scam. That's where someone sends you a check for too much money and asks you to wire the difference. You often see this with employment scams, but now they're using it with rental properties.
Queen-sized bed.
Mike Doran owns a short-term rental in Speedway.
1.5 baths.
He listed on Airbnb and VRBO.
One of the features we did was knock down one of the walls and made a half wall with a nice bar top.
Busy during the month of May, but not so much this time of year.
Who doesn't love Speedway in January?
Exactly, you know.
Which is why Doran was thrilled to get a message on VRBO from a customer asking to rent from January 4th through the 25th.
It was really enticing at first. You know, you don't want your place staying empty.
The customer, who called himself Michael Cecil, sent a check for the rental, but the check was for the wrong amount, more than $6,000 over the rental amount. It also appeared to come from a woman named Linda in Pennsylvania. Doran says the man told him it was a mix-up, and he asked Doran to process the check and send the $6,000 balance back to the customer's vacation planner.
So your antenna is going up almost immediately.
Yeah, within probably a day of talking to him.
Skeptical, Doran asked for a copy of the customer's ID and got one back, of a Connecticut man. First name Michael, middle name Cecil. We won't tell you his last name to protect his privacy. WRTV investigates tracked down the man on the ID. When we called, his wife answered the phone.
The scammers are using your husband's driver's license, pretending to be him.
She told us her husband's identity was stolen recently, and they reported it to police. We also tried to contact Linda, the name on the check, but couldn't reach her. We also had Doran call the supposed customer at his San Diego area code.
Do you have Linda's contact information? Maybe we could reach her just to confirm the check.
Federal rules do not allow us to play his side of the conversation, but the man told us Linda is his boss, but he wouldn't give us a way to contact her.
You are a white male, a Caucasian male.
The man said yes, but had a heavy African accent. He insisted Doran transfer the money to his bank account.
It's all very frightening, and what somebody can do from a keyboard thousands of miles away. It's very concerning.
We shared the messages and the check with Jennifer Adamani at the Better Business Bureau. She believes Linda, the woman on the check, and Michael, the man on the ID, are both innocent victims.
And that's why it's really important to not send your identification over, especially in unsecured means, such as a text message or an email.
Scammers are using innocent people like Michael and Linda to carry out a fake check scam.
The scenario where it's someone seeking a vacation rental in order to send that check is not as common, but this one particular has a new twist on it.
The BBB says the average consumer loses more than $1,000 to fake check scams. A BBB report points to Nigeria and other West African countries as being deeply involved in these types of frauds. Adamani points to these red flags in Mike Doran's situation. 1. The scammer uses the word kindly in his messages a lot. 2. The man misspelled his own name, Michael. It doesn't even match the ID. And 3, the bad actor also uses various locations. The addresses and phone numbers all come from different states.
It just seems sketchy, you know, and it's all these different places.
Can you think of a legitimate circumstance where anyone would ever send you a check for too much money and ask you to wire money back?
Not off the top of my head, because to me, if someone put too much money in a check, they could cancel the check.
Mike Doran filed police reports with Speedway and the FBI. He also cut off communication with the scammer and hopes he never gets a request like that again.
It just seems like it's getting easier and easier for these scammers, and it's scary.
Here's how you can protect yourself. Never cash a check that comes with too much money. Even if you're able to deposit it, it could still bounce, meaning you'd be responsible for the funds. Kara Kenny, WRTV.
Well, WRTV Investigates contacted the FBI, Speedway Police, and Verbo regarding the situation with the Speedway rental property. Verbo tells us, quote, "We are investigating the traveler account they interacted with and will take the appropriate action, which may include termination of the traveler's account." They went on to say, quote, "We always encourage our hosts to interact with travelers directly on the Verbo platform and to take payment through our systems. This ensures the transaction is verified by our fraud prevention technology and that we're able to provide proper support should a host run into any issues," end quote.